Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
What's brown and sticky?
My asshole after a good night out.
Disgusting. I was going to say a stick. A stick is brown and sticky. How are you doing, my good sir?
That was lame. I'm okay. I ate some greasy ass tacos around like 3 o'clock. So 8 hours ago, they're fucking still with me. Like I can still taste them in the back of my throat. And it's kind of gross at this point.
Oh yeah. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure the fucking fire hole that's going to come from those is going to be epic.
Oh God. Oh God. Ew.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyways, what have you been up to this week, my good sir?
What have I been doing this week? I finally got my rig switched over to PS5 because I finally found a copy of Gran Turismo 7. So last couple days I've been playing the shit out of that. I went out Friday night to like a singles event, and yeah, me and my cousins stood in the corner and talked shit about people. That's pretty much it.
That sounds about right.
I'm not a bar person, so like, and I'm not the type of person that's going to walk up and start a conversation with strangers. Like if somebody walks up and talks to me, I will talk to them, but I'm not going to go just interject myself into someone else's conversation. It's just not who I am.
I am the same way, my good sir.
So we talked about trying speed dating and cocaine, not at the same time, but maybe at the same time. I don't know. Might be fun.
I can go ahead and tell you, dog, 2 things about cocaine. 1, it ain't worth the money.
Yeah.
Trust me. And 2, it ain't worth the come down. There's a reason that Ritz has that fucking line in that one song he does. He goes, because once you do coke, you want to do more coke, because that's just the way coke is. Yeah. And that's the fucking truth. I've watched a buddy of mine. Song?
I can't remember the first line. I only remember the second line. It's like high on cocaine.
Oh, dude, riding that train.
Yep.
High on cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Yeah, dude, that's fucking Grateful Dead.
Oh yeah.
I've had friends of mine come over with like an 8-ball, which is a good amount. Oh, and then sit there and do it all and then be like, all right, man, I'm going home. And be like, all right, dude, later. And then he'd leave. And then he'd hit me up like an hour later, be like, hey, man, I got 2 more grams. You want to chill? Jesus Christ. It got to the point where I like.
Well, that's what I like about cocaine, though, is it doesn't stick around. You know, you get that little blah, and then 20 minutes later, you're fine. Whereas, like, the last time I overtook too many edibles, I was high for like 14 hours straight, something like that. Like, I went to bed, slept for 8 hours, and woke up high as fuck.
Bro, if you're only high on cocaine for 20 minutes, you need to get better cocaine. But I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah, it's fleeting. It's not like, you know, you take a drop of acid and it's a bad high and you're stuck with it for a half a day, you know.
Fun fact, I've never had a bad trip on acid. Shrooms, I've had a bad trip on shrooms. Bad trip, but acid never fucked with me.
I don't trust myself with hallucinogens. My brain is too fucking horrible.
I don't think I'd take them anymore. Now that I'm older and I've seen life for a bit more of what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to open my third eye any more than I have.
Yeah. If I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and just fucking do ayahuasca or some shit, and if I die, I die.
Yeah, I did DMT one time, and that was interesting. But yeah, you know, I'm kind of like past my drug doing days. I mean, I still like my pot.
I mean, pot's not a drug, though.
I really, really like painkillers, but that's why I don't take them. Like, because I like them too much.
If pot is a drug, alcohol is a drug. Like,
I mean, I will argue all day that alcohol should be considered a drug.
It should be more of a drug than pot. No one's gotten high as fuck, gotten in their car and mowed down a family.
Not only that, like, okay, so people say you can't get addicted to weed, right? Yeah. I disagree with that. I think I am addicted to weed. I think I use it as a crutch and a dependency. Now, I also use it to help me sleep and helps my muscles, right?
Yeah.
But it's one thing it makes me think that maybe I should, maybe not quit, but cut back maybe quit. I don't know. But I mean,
to me,
you can't. Well, hold on. Let me finish my thought, please, before I forget it, because that's just the way my brain's been lately. If like I don't know anybody, like if I were to quit smoking weed cold turkey,
yeah,
I wouldn't fucking die. Whereas if you were a severe alcoholic and you quit cold turkey, your body goes into shock and you could fucking die.
Yeah,
there's a big difference.
Yeah,
you know.
But here's my thing, and it's kind of to your point, and it's probably controversial to say. I don't think things like gambling, porn, weed, I don't think they're addictions. I think it's just people who lack the self-discipline to not do something. I don't think doing weed is bad. I don't think watching porn in moderation is bad. I think if you watch it all the fucking time, it's bad. But I mean, if you smoke weed 12, 14 hours a day, that's a problem too. And like you said, a lot of people I know will smoke, once a day, whatever. I do think some people, like you said, use it as a crutch. I think it's just something it's kind of like cigarettes. It's something you're accustomed to doing. Yeah. So you kind of just want to do it. Now, of course, cigarettes are produced to be addictive. They have shit put in them to make your body crave them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I almost want to say, but I know it's not true. If you wouldn't suck a dick for it, it's not an addiction. But like, I think you can be addicted to cigarettes, and I don't know anybody who sucked a dick for a cigarette. Well, maybe.
You want me to tell a story real quick?
I said maybe I know some people who sucked a dick for a cigarette.
Because I know a girl who asked me to buy her a pack of 305s, which at the time were like $4 a pack. And she's like, I'll suck your dick if you buy me this pack of cigarettes. And I was like, you don't have to do that. And I bought her a pack of cigarettes. Sure as shit, she pulled my dick out and sucked it, even though I told her she didn't have to. So
she just wanted to suck your dick, and she was like, I gotta get something out of this.
That was the dance in front of the mirror girl.
Yeah. So she just wanted to suck your dick, but she wanted to get something out of it.
But dude, I tell you what, speaking of porn, I don't know what it's been recently. I mean, maybe I do know what it is, but it just has not been doing it for me. Like, I watch these scenes and it's just not, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't know what's been going on with me.
Porn itself, like professional porn, doesn't do a lot for me anymore. Like, I want amateur, I want to watch chicks fuck that I have a reasonable chance of fucking,
That's fair.
Fucking, Sally Tit Job with 6-pack abs and all of that. I'm not going to fuck her. It's never going to happen. But like, you got a fucking mom, had a couple kids, got a little bit of belly and tits sagging a little bit. That's obtainable. So
I'm just saying, I love a little belly.
Oh yeah, nothing's wrong with a little belly.
Love a little belly and some hips, dude. Give them to me. And a big old booty. I could care less how big your tits are, but like booty.
Now this brings up a topic of discussion. Something I talked to my cousin about. Do you know, and I'm sorry, I hope this doesn't offend anybody, it probably will.
The Muffin Man? Yeah. He lives on Drury Lane.
Do you know the difference in regular pussy and fat pussy?
The Muffin Man! Do I know what?
Do you know the difference in a regular pussy and a fat pussy? Have you ever hooked up with girls on the more rotund side?
I have been with the entire spectrum of women.
Yes, I have too. I've been with 70-pound girls, and I've been with a girl who had to be 3+. Like, she's a big one. Nothing wrong with that. But I have noticed my preference of vaginal area, because it's not the vagina. The vagina is the actual canal, but vaginal area.
The vulva and such?
Yes, the vulva and such. So what I call, and this is just a word, it doesn't mean anybody's weird, what I call regular vagina is like, you got the vagina there. It's all, at the surface, lips poking out, a little bit of clit hood at the top, the works. But then you have the other, which is like, tell me if you understand what I'm saying. It's like set like deeper inside. You know what I'm talking about? It's like you kind of got to go a little further to get to it.
Okay, so what you're getting at is that you like skinny girl pussy.
It's not just skinny girls, though, because I've had, mom bods, I guess I would say, that have that kind of vagina. I'm trying to be as inoffensive as possible while discussing a very offensive topic.
It is fucking hilarious watching Jeremy dance all over these eggshells, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know. But no, that's what I have noticed about myself recently. Like, I want the business up front. I don't want to have to go through, the secret passage. Because those who know me know I like to eat at that restaurant quite frequently. And I don't know, it's just harder to eat at that restaurant when it's tucked in the back, I need, street front. I don't have an opinion on that. Like, I mean, I will say, and I've mentioned it on the show before, I have seen The Prettiest Kitty.
Yeah.
And business up front.
Yeah.
Is
party in the back.
What she provided. And yeah, I mean, so I don't disagree with you, but also I just like, it wouldn't, I don't know. It just doesn't bother me as much, I guess.
Like I said, it's just the actual sex and stuff, not really that much different. I guess if you had a really, really small dick, it probably would make a difference, but like, I don't know, something about it, just trying to eat it. And I fucking love eating it. I will eat it every single time. Sometimes, I have actually story time. I met this girl online. She told me she could not orgasm more than once and during sex. And I was like, cap. Bet. Yeah. So I was like, why don't you come over? I'll eat your pussy and then you can leave. And so she did. She's fucking smoking hot too. Came over. If I went down on her, she came like 3 times. I was like, oh, you want to do anything else? She's like, no. I'm like, okay. She's fucking got her shit and left. Like, yeah. I fucking love it. Love it. Like, I'm not a morning sex person. Like, it's okay, but I can't come in the mornings usually. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why, but it just doesn't fucking work in the morning. But like, if you're like, hey, eat my pussy real quick when we first wake up, I'm gonna be like, okay. And I'm gonna give you the Gawk 3000.
So, story time from me. A little different though. This is just about morning sex. Let me tell you something. Without naming names, although people will know. So, it's my birthday, and I'm asleep. And I'm laying there, and I kind of like half wake up, and I'm like, I like stretch, and she gets out of bed. At least I think, I don't know. And I felt some movement and everything, and then like I'm like slowly falling back asleep, and all of a sudden I feel this really warm, wet sensation on my dick, and I was oh, so that was a great way to wake up on the birthday, and I definitely got me one that morning. So I feel for you, man. I wish that you could bust like a morning nut. There's nothing quite like it. Even like
jacking it in the morning.
I was about to ask, like, you don't wake up sometimes just horny as fuck? You got beat one out because you had a good dream?
Yeah, but it's still like harder in the morning than it is during the day or at night.
Oh man,
I don't know. It's just
I fire my best load in the morning.
No, mine's like midday, evening, afternoon, night, just morning. Now, if you want to fuck for like 2 hours, then yeah, morning time's good because that fucking nut ain't coming usually.
Oh, yeah.
That being said, I haven't fucked since June, I think. So who fucking knows anymore?
Yeah. Let's see. What else you been up to this week? Anything else? Anything interesting?
Started watching Clarkson's Farm. I've watched a couple episodes of that. Season 2. That's hilarious.
I saw Jeff talk about that.
Oh yeah, it's great. Like, even if you're not that interested in farming and shit, like, it's just such a funny show.
Now that's the guy from Top Gun, right? The Top Gear. Excuse me.
Yeah.
quick, because we're talking about British people, did you see that John Cleese is bringing back Fawlty Towers?
Yes, I saw that.
I was like, hell yeah. I'm up for that. I'm definitely up for that.
I don't think I ever watched Fawlty Towers.
I've seen it here and there, like back when I used to have like Dish Network. Like I would see it come on every now and then I've like seen bits and pieces. It's funny. If you like British humor, it's a funny show. I also recommend Black's Books. It's also a really funny British sitcom, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Watched the Super Bowl last night. Watched the referees make sure the Chiefs were able to win it. There is speaking of, everyone remembers Damar Hamlin. The guy for the Bills who died on the field.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a big conspiracy that he actually died on the field and the NFL is covering it up to save face.
Why
to
is
the
that?
fact that like there was a playoff game or something he was supposedly at. He was up in a skybox, which are heated, with a big puffy jacket on with the hood pulled up, big sunglasses, and like the lower half of his face covered. So like you couldn't see anything, any distinguishing marks on him at all, right? So everybody's like, that's not really him. He actually died and they're just trying to cover it up. Cause like nobody's really seen the dude, right? Well, they make a big display last night at the Super Bowl of bringing out all the like medical team and first responders and all that shit that saved his life. And I'm like, why would they bring all them out and not bring him out? I was like, maybe this is legit. And then they're like, and now we welcome Damar Hamlin. And this guy comes out, I don't really know what the dude looks like. So he comes out. I'm like, okay, maybe he's legit. Like, okay. So he's out there, smiling for the cameras and shit. Well, I just saw something before we started recording. Apparently, somebody pulled up older pictures of Damar Hamlin. He had a Pittsburgh Pirates P logo tattooed on the side of his neck. Apparently, the guy at the Super Bowl did not have that tattoo on his neck. So, fucking conspiracy is going deep, man. Like, I'm kind of curious about it myself now.
Yeah, that's interesting. To keep an eye on that.
Yeah. Because I would 100% not put that past the NFL to do some shit like that to save face. Because, like, somebody dies on the field on national television, all of a sudden, football is a dangerous sport again, and we've got problems, and, viewership goes down, and yada yada. Whereas he made it, he's okay, pre-existing condition, whatever they want to say, then, they can save face. Speaking of, the XFL starts back up this weekend.
Oh, shit.
So, The Rock is in charge of it now, yeah. I'm going to check it out. There's only 8 teams, so they're playing like 2 games on Saturdays, 2 games on Sundays. All 8 teams play. So, and you can watch it on ABC, ESPN, or I think ESPN Plus. So, I will check it out. If it's boring as fuck, I'll just turn it off, but...
What if it ends up being really good, though?
I mean, it might be. My problem with, so you've got the NFL... You got the XFL and you have the USFL that starts up in 8 weeks. Isn't
AFL around too?
No, they fucking folded quick. I remember I watched one of their games and it was 30 people in the stands. It was bad. So that's my thing though, is if the XFL or the USFL get any standout talent, some NFL team's going to sign them. And you think the XFL, those guys were making 30, 40,000 a year back in the day. So you go out there and you start balling your ass off. The NFL's team shows up and is like, hey, we'll pay you $3 million.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you going to do? I will be like, hell yeah, Miami Dolphins, just give me the fucking paperwork.
Hell yeah, put me on the fucking Lions. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just pay me that check. Give me that check, baby. I really just want to start making as much money as possible. God damn it.
Yeah. My thing with that is always you hear people, it's in the NBA more prevalent. It's do you chase a ring for less money, or do you stay with the team you're with and sign a supermax contract? Motherfucker, fuck that ring. At the end of the day, give me that goddamn supermax contract. You're like, so I can take $10 million and go to Boston and win a championship, or I can get $30 million to stay in Utah and not win anything. Like, fuck that, I'm staying in Utah. Give me my $30 million.
Dude.
Put that shit in the bank, drive a goddamn 2006 Toyota Corolla around.
I would be that guy on the fucking team that everybody hated, because even if we just lost every game, I'd be like, hey man, we did a good job.
Yeah.
We did a good job. Check still clearing.
Yeah.
Like, what I don't understand is, like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. 1 year of salary for a football player, I'd be set for fucking life.
Well, so here's the thing. Say you sign a $10 million contract. That $10 million contract is going to be 2 to 4 years. So you're talking about, say 2 years, $10 million. That's $5 million a year. Only a portion of that, usually like maybe 40% of it, is guaranteed. The rest is all like bonuses, incentive bonuses. So
dude, still,
say out of your $5 million, you're getting $2 million. Well,
okay. Then they can take taxes.
10% of that, yeah, like 40% of that's going to the government. 10% of it's going to your manager. 15% of it's going to your agent.
Okay.
Like, so
and you still have about $1 million left, and I'd still be set.
No, you less than $1 million. Because if you're getting $2 million after taxes, 10% of the $5 million, so that's $500,000.
I guarantee you they bring home at least $1 million. If their contract is $10 million, they'll bring home at least $1 million.
Most athletes make their money off endorsements.
Even still.
Oh, I'd be selling out like a motherfucker, man. I'd be doing commercials for fucking pets.com and whatever the fuck else is going to pay me money.
The average person could live off of that salary that they get in 1 year is all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Even if you deducted all of that shit, you handed me $800,000. Like, I might not be set for life with $800,000, but I would absolutely have a stepping stone towards getting life in order.
Oh, yeah.
It's just fucking baffling to me.
Oh, I agree. And the ones that kill me are all those motherfuckers that are like, oh, they can pay an athlete $40 million. Why can't they pay teachers that much? Why can't they pay military that much? It's like, because military and teachers don't sell merchandise. Football players sell merchandise. That's how they make that money. They sell tickets that cost $5,000 a piece. It's like, I get it what you're saying, that teachers and military people, whatever else, should be paid more and held in higher esteem. But this is a game of numbers. The numbers are there for athletes.
Aren't those tickets that sell for $5,000 a piece also selling for $5,000 because they're the NFL and they know people will pay it just because they're the NFL?
I mean,
because they're established.
You have to get to that level where people will pay it. Do you think AEW started charging $5,000 a ticket, people would go?
I don't think WWE would charge $5,000 a ticket, people would go.
Exactly. You have to get to that level.
I mean, you're spending a ton of money going sit in front row at WrestleMania or whatever. That's a bunch of money, but that's not $5,000. It might be $2,000. That's not $5,000.
I don't know. I think WrestleMania it might be, but you're talking about that. That's wrestling Super Bowl, so you're talking about like a taping of Raw. Probably not.
Oh no, taping of Raw, sit up front, probably $500, maybe $300 to $400.
I think you're
depending on the arena.
I think you're a little naive in that.
Oh, you think it's more?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know. I don't sit up front at places, dog. I ain't got that kind of money.
So this person said they sat a few rows back at WrestleMania 33, which was how long ago? 2 years ago?
I don't know. I don't remember.
So they got a souvenir chair.
Yeah, you get to take home the chair you sit in.
But their tickets were $3,000 a piece, and that was like 3 or 4 rows back. So yeah, probably $5,000. Yeah. I
wonder. Actually, never mind. Those shows are bought shows. Never mind. I was going to talk about the Saudi shows, but I'm like, never mind. Yeah. Those are all bought.
Those cost millions of dollars. See how much front row tickets are for Raw. That sounds low. I don't trust motherfuckers on Reddit.
I think at most sitting up front for Raw would be like $800. But again, that's dependent on the arena.
This says Friday Night SmackDown, Friday the 11th of November, $607 a person. So, yeah, maybe you're right.
Who's naive now, bitch?
I mean, I look at sports, and sports, like, are usually higher
cost too
than
much
that.
money.
I mean, I'd pay $500 to sit ringside.
Here's my problem with ringside. It's really cool. You're right up front. You get to see everything as long as they don't go to the other side of the ring.
Yeah. They go to the other side of the ring, and I paid $2,500 for my ticket. I'm jumping over the barricade and going around there.
And you're going to get beat up.
I'm going to jump the barricade. I'm going to run around. I'm going to slap fucking Cody Rhodes across his face and be like, you go back to the other side, bitch. Do your spots over there. Dude, speaking of, so I edited that photo, which I forgot to do one this week. I edited that photo of the Ricochet Logan Paul spot at Royal Rumble, right? And you notice I edited the sign to say Yabs Pod. And I started thinking about it. That was the only sign somebody was holding up in that picture. What a fucking piece of shit to the people behind him who missed one of the most epic spots in recent wrestling history because this jackass was holding up a fucking sign.
Do you remember the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I beg anyone listening, even if wrestling's not your thing, Jeff, just to know what we're talking about, go look up a scene from Raw in like 1998, 1999, and just look at the crowd is a fucking sea of signs. Everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of colors, saying all kinds of different shit. Now you might see 20 signs.
But my thing with it is like, hold the signs up between matches, during promos, whatever, during entrances, maybe. That's still a little, because like I want to watch Stone Cold walk to the ring. But like when the match is going on, put the motherfucker down. If you're holding up a goddamn piece of poster board and blocking my view of seats I paid $500 for, I'm going to take it out of your hand and rip it into pieces. Like, I don't care if you're an 8-year-old kid, you're learning a fucking life lesson that day. And I'm going to beat your dad up.
I prefer, like, when I see people who have signs and they're by the entrance ramp.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of the signs is that you want to be cool and get a scene on TV, right?
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the people who they don't hold them up, like, when they're at the entrance ramp and, like, the superstar's coming down, so the camera's walking down, and they'll just drape their sign over the side of the barricade.
Yeah.
Like, the one that said, Final Fantasy VIII is underrated, and then, like, the next week it said
Chris Jericho
overrated.
to rip it in half.
Yeah, especially if you're a kid with cancer.
Yeah, and Chris Jericho just rips your sign in half without reading it.
Dude, we went to a wrestling show one time. Actually, it was Fest. It was one of the first fests that we went to before we started working there, me and Ryan. And Ryan taped the edges of his sign.
Nice.
And he just wrote on there, "Please rip my sign." And this fucking guy came out and he was walking around. He's a bad guy looking around at the crowd. And he looked at Ryan's scrawny little ass and he looked at his sign. And he ripped it out of Ryan's hands and went to tear it and couldn't fucking tear it and went, he looked at Ryan and went, "Oh, you're fucking good," and just threw it at him and went back and jumped in the ring. So the next guy who came out, I guess he had went up and told him about it because the next guy that came out grabbed Ryan's sign, folded that son of a bitch in half and tore it in half.
Nice.
Good times. It's amazing to me how many people that I like had conversations with and stuff when they were wrestling at Fest, and now I see them on AEW and like Raw and shit. It's just fucking crazy to me.
See, what you got to do though is you do that sign, then you just got to tape the whole back of the sign with packing tape too. So they fold it in half. It's still not going to fucking rip.
Just infuriates them, so they punch you in the head.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll never be able to find it again. I remember seeing this clip back in the day. It was a show about bodyguards, some reality show. And one of the guys was talking about doing, security guards, excuse me. And the dude was talking about doing security for a Ring of Honor show.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the wrestler. I wish I could. But he would come out with a hotel key. And he would like walk around and he would find a girl in the crowd and he would put the hotel key in his mouth and lean forward and give it to him in their mouth.
Nice.
Not like a kiss, but like she'd take it from his mouth. And the security guard's like, this has led to many an angry boyfriend over the years. And they fucking showed this clip that they got where this dude waited for the wrestler after the show. And this camera dude, and of course it could have been scripted for the show. Of course, that's what you always have to think about that when you're talking about reality shows. But camera's rolling, and the security guard dude is following him, and he walks up to the wrestler. He's like, you need me to walk you out to your car? And he's like, I mean, you can if you want. He's like, all right, man, come on, let's go. He goes, because that dude's still out there. So they go out into that fucking parking lot, bro. And this dude just bows up and starts walking towards this wrestler like, oh, you think you're fucking cool giving your hotel key to my girlfriend, huh? How about I beat your foot? And that wrestler just obliterated that guy with one fucking punch. And he just hits the ground and it's like laying there. He just fucking knocked out. And the wrestler leans over him and he's like, what were you saying? What was that? It sounded like you needed to shut the fuck up.
Like, I mean, say what you want about professional wrestling. The dudes are strong and they're fucking tough. Like, I wouldn't pick a fight with one.
No, not even the small guys. No.
Like, Rey Mysterio could probably still kick my ass in a street fight.
Yeah, and then you have guys like Chad Gable who aren't that big, but he's an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah. Those are the type of dudes that pick you up, put you on your head, and you can't fucking move till they let you move.
Yep. So how's your week been?
I've had a very interesting's not the word for it. It hasn't been a great week. But that's all right. I mean, it's just circumstances that are out of your control. I'll try to tell this story without getting worked up about it. So Friday night I got off work and I went to the gas station and got some gas. And then when I was leaving, so there's these little dirt roads that run behind the gas station in the middle of town, right?
Yeah.
And so I just decided, like, I hadn't driven down them in forever. So I was like, I'll go that way to get to the road that I normally take to get back to my house. So I drove down the first road, everything's fine, crossed over to the second road. As I'm going through the second road, the trees are much closer in on the road. It's like it's a very narrow road.
Yeah.
And this guy just comes walking out in front of me. So I slam on my brakes. I mean, I'm doing like 20. Like, I'm not going super fast or anything, right? But still, like, it startled me. So I slammed on my brakes and I leaned out my window. Dude's wearing like a black hoodie. It's pulled up over his head. And I'm like, hey, man, like, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. You all good? We all good? And as I'm like finishing saying that, motherfucker reached at his waist and pulled a pistol out and pointed it straight at my face and was like, you better be glad I'm in a good fucking mood tonight. He said it in a much meaner tone than that. I'm still processing that it even fucking happened, to be honest with you. So like, I won't get into like what all ran through my mind, but when they say like things flash before your eyes when you think that you're going to die. Yeah, it really does happen. And it's fucking wild. But yeah, I drove home. If I'm being honest with you listeners, I didn't know what else to do. So I called Mehgan and talked to her a little bit. And then yeah, since then I've just been trying to process that and deal with it or compartmentalize it. I don't know. Maybe I should look into therapy.
So moral of the story, kids, just run that motherfucker over. Don't stop for people walking on back roads in the middle of the night.
Here's the thing though, bro. It was 9:30. It wasn't the middle of the night. Like, it was just getting to be nighttime. Like, what the fuck? Dude, people have been cool. Dude, there's been like 3 stabbings here in the past like 2 weeks. There's the dude that robbed Walgreens while I wasn't there. Dude fucking hopped the counter at the pharmacy and went and robbed that motherfucker. Told him to open the narcotics safe. Like, goddamn, man. What is going on? I need to leave this place. I hate this place. I hate this place so goddamn much that yeah, I'm not gonna get into that because I'm gonna get worked up and emotional, but fucking hate this town. So if you would like to help me get out of Keystone, patreon.com/yabspod.
Yeah.
Any donations help. But yeah. What else have I been up to? Oh, I've been playing some Hogwarts Legacy. Unfortunately, like the way my brain has been since that incident, like I'm not enjoying it to the fullest extent as I'm sure I could, but dude, it's a fucking great game. Like to be able to roam around Hogwarts and it's fully fleshed out, you know, and after you get a certain ways, you know, you get your broom and you can hop on your broom and fly around and shit. It's really cool. And I don't want to talk about the story because the story is still a new game and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's quite good so far. Quite good. I think I mentioned this on the Patreon episode, but I'll mention it here too. If you're one of those people who like something comes out that you're not a fan of, or you disagree with it in one way or another, that is in no way, shape, or form an okay reason to spoil things for other people.
Yeah, don't be that fucking person.
Because I was in a Calvin and Hobbes group that just like normally shared Calvin and Hobbes comic strip clips, and I read one that ended up hitting me with a Hogwarts Legacy spoiler, which I assume is the same thing that Kana had mentioned seeing all over. And I left that group because I'm like, dude, it's not what I'm here for. Like, I'm here for Calvin and Hobbes. I wasn't here for spoilers on a game. You know, it's just, It wasn't, it's just not cool. It's not cool. And yeah, so I'm just gonna say that. But luckily, game spoilers tend to not affect me super much. So I still want to see how it gets to the point that the meme brought up. So I'm still interested in that because I'm all about story when it comes to that.
Oh, yeah.
What else have I been up to this week? So I'm gonna put it into the ether on here, so I have to like stick by it. I know I mentioned it to Mehgan. I might have brought it up to you off air, but just so like I put it out there, people can hold me accountable for it. When I get my taxes, I'm going to get myself a death cycle.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use that daily while I'm just sitting here playing games for the Steam machine or doing research or whatever. And even while we're recording, if it's not super loud, maybe I'll get some in. I'm also going to start. Well, actually, I'm just going to cut out sugar. That's probably going to be the hardest thing. But I think shedding some, like, you know, I'm not looking to get skinny. Don't get me wrong. Oh, yeah. Like, I like having some meat on me. Like, people that I care about really like people with a little meat on them. So, like, I would like to keep it that way. But, like, I'd like to make it a little easier on my knees, you know? I'd like to fit in roller coasters a little better. At least the ones that I'm not too tall for.
Oh, yeah.
And this one's going to be real hard too. And I don't know if I'll try to do sugar first and then this, but at some point this year, I'm going to stop dipping.
Yeah, I would take one vice at a time.
Yeah, I know. I once tried to quit dipping and smoking pot at the same time and about went fucking nuts. But yeah, I just would like to better myself some this year, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've started up on more aggressive cardio again, so see how that works.
I really want to get an exercise bike, but A, I don't have the money for what apparently they cost these days, and B, I don't know where I'd put it, although they do have some that fold up, but I don't know how sturdy they would be for my big old fat ass.
Yeah.
So I figured death cycle, I could still get the pedaling and all that in with the resistance.
Yep.
You know, whilst just sitting in this chair instead of sitting on a bike seat. That's not good for my balls. But yeah, I mean that's about it. I have nothing really else. Nothing going on. I don't have a social life.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I work and come home.
All right. Well then, spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have any topics this week.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of been too busy this week to come up with a bunch of shit. So I did see Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly broke up, apparently.
Yeah, something about he cheated on her because he's a dumbass.
Something like that, yeah.
What a dumb fuck. If you've got, and this goes for anybody, if you've got a really good person, I won't even say a good girl, because it's like if you've got a good person that you love and you cheat on them, I don't understand it, man. Like I cheated on a girl back in the day when I was younger, right? But she cheated on me first, and I was just like, oh, well, I'll get you back. And I look back on that in retrospective, and I'm like, what a fucking dumb decision. you know, and it's just, I don't know. I don't get it. I've been cheated on too many times, and I've had to watch my friends be destroyed because they've been cheated on enough times that I just don't like it anymore, dude.
No, I'd rather just
like at all. Like when people bring it up to me, I'm just exactly.
Yep.
Exactly, dude. Because I hear people bring it up, and I'm just like, it's not a good decision, man. It's not a good decision. Yep. Like I have friends who are like serial cheaters, and I had to stop hanging out with them, dude, because I was just so morally against what was. I don't know. It's a weird subject for me, but it's because a lot of my exes cheated on me. So it is what it is.
I'm in that same boat. Now I will not vouch Megan Fox being a good person. She might be. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like probably not, but she's rich and attractive, so those two usually equal to being not a great person, male or female. I mean, look at Leonardo DiCaprio dating a 19-year-old, so, which I don't have a problem with. As long as you're 18 or older, who cares? Like, if you were 18, you had a shot with Catherine Zeta-Jones, you wouldn't take it?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Like, if she wanted to fucking date you, you would say no because she's in her 50s? Or you'd be like, fuck yeah.
I mean, as the 18-year-old, I'd probably be like, fuck yeah. Exactly. Now, her as the older person, though. Her is the older person making that decision. It comes down to like, so here's the thing with me and younger people, and I'll just use myself as an example. What the fuck am I going to talk to them about?
I mean, what kind of Catherine Zeta-Jones about?
I don't fucking know.
Exactly.
But she's also like 60 now or something, right? So yeah, I don't know. No, that's okay. It's not so bad, but still. I
don't know. Do you have to talk in a relationship?
Yes, motherfucker.
Says who?
That's one of the dumbest things you've ever asked me. Come on now. You have to talk in a relationship. Like, communication is key in a relationship.
Hey, baby, can I have a Lamborghini? Yes? Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm going to go drive my Lamborghini.
Hi, Jeremy.
I mean, you're dating an actor or actress. They're going to be on set most of the time. You're barely going to see them.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be like, hey, get me a fucking $800,000 car.
Why not? You don't think Leo can swing that?
Why would I need that? I would gladly take like a $50,000, $80,000 regular ass car.
Because I'm fucking shallow.
Well, that's you.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Let's see. I'm trying to look through our questions to see where we start at.
What about Song of the Week?
I got it. Oh, shit. Song of the Week.
See? I don't do show notes for 1 week and Dalton just falls apart.
You don't say.
My song of the week is The Itch by Nefex and Josh A. I think you would like this song. It's very Linkin Park-esque. Like, pretty good. Definitely worth checking out.
What was the name of that song I looked up when I was at work? Ah, man, I want to recommend that song, but I'm not gonna. Okay, I got one. I might have already done this one before. I don't care. Zeromancer, and the song is called Something for the Pain. Have you ever heard that song? Dude, it's so catchy.
No.
Something for the pain inside me that will never die. Dude, it's such a catchy fucking... I mean, it's a depressing ass song, but it's catchy as fuck. As most goth music is. But it's a very, very good song. That whole album, like their whole first album's fucking good. But their second album, masterpiece. Everybody should go listen to Zeromancer's album, Eurotrash. From beginning to end, that album is fucking fantastic. Hey, in fact, while we're sitting here, can we do something before we move on to questions?
Yeah.
I'm going to read you some lyrics from a song from that album. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. But when you listen to the lyrics, I have two questions for you.
Okay.
Or really, I have a statement and a question. One, I'll give you the statement afterwards. All right. I'm going to read you the lyrics to this song. The song is called Plasmatic. Okay?
Okay.
My question to you, Jeremy, is I want you to tell me the fuck this song is about. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Eat myself from a silver spoon. I think I need some of that breathing room. Do you hear the ringing in my ear? Am I the only one who can make myself disappear? It's the first verse. Chorus. Plasmatic. What is wrong when your ego is a rose in bloom? Plasmatic. All I know is my ego is a room without a view. Second verse. Fed up of repeating myself. You are looking for something that I haven't got. FedEx dreams when things are too slow. Yes, FedEx. Only let you know what you need to know. And then it repeats the chorus. Plasmatic. What is wrong when your ego is a rose in bloom? Plasmatic. All I know is my ego is a room without a view. And then he says, and then it goes, now is the time. And it kind of repeats that in the background. And then he says, for you and me. And then it repeats the now is the time thing for you and me. And then it repeats the chorus again 3 times. And then that's the end of the song. I love this fucking song. It is a beautiful song. When you listen to it, it is so well put together. It tells an emotional story, but through the music, because I have no fucking idea what he is talking about.
Yeah, it's probably just nonsense like most of that music is.
It's not metal, though. I mean, it's kind of, I guess you could consider it industrial metal-esque, but...
No, like the emo shit. A lot of it's just nonsense.
Are we going to fight?
Yep.
Are we going to fight?
Yeah.
It's not emo. There's a difference.
It's emo.
There's a difference in goth music and emo music. There's a big difference. I don't need this right now, Jeremy. There is a difference between emo music and goth music.
No. Remember the whole episode of South Park where the goth kids were just emo kids?
Listen, goth music is like
emo.
Got gated snare, dark voices, deep singing. And emo is more like when they do like this and they sing like Blink 182.
So what you're saying is his grandpa's emos.
Goth music could be grandpa's emos, yes.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like emo spawned from goth. It's like, what if they took like goth and then meshed it with punk, but then like loaded it with angst, you know? And I'm not hating on emo music. I did not like it when I was younger. I've grown to appreciate it more as I've become older. Like Mehgan introduced me to My Chemical Romance before just stuff that I had known about like from them. And it's really good. It was way more punk than some of their later stuff. And I quite enjoy it a lot.
What's that one song they have about like fucking teenagers or something?
Fucking teenager. What?
Hold on, I gotta find it.
Oh, they just have a song called Teenagers, yeah.
Yeah, but the way it goes.
They're going to clean up your looks with all the lies in the books to make a citizen out of you because they sleep with a gun and keep your eye on you, son, so they can watch all the things that you do because the drugs never work. They're going to give you a smirk.
They said all teenagers scared the living shit out of me. Good song.
Yeah, that's not a bad one either.
Yeah.
And
I just like Black Parade because I can play the intro on piano.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, surprisingly easy to play on piano.
My favorite song by them has become Vampires Will Never Hurt You.
I want to learn how to play the intro to Roses by Outkast on piano, but that shit's way harder than Black Parade.
Oh man, now you got to step up to dun, 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 dun. It starts with one. Don't know why. Doesn't even matter how hard you try.
I need like shit I can play with 3 fingers on piano. Like one key at a time.
3 blind mice.
Yeah. Like one key at a time. So that's My Chemical Romance. Intro is just all one key at a time.
But yeah, I guess let's get into some questions. So first one comes in from Kana.
And it was supposed to be on last week's episode and it got cut off. So
because Jeremy sucks.
We had to cut it for time, so we added it to this week.
So since we have the dad jokes channel here in the Discord, bit.ly/TSMP Discord, all capital letters, come join us. What is your favorite dad joke?
So mine is as follows. A little bit of twist on it, though. What's the difference between a single mom and leftovers?
I don't want to fuck leftovers.
Nothing. I eat both of them. More of a stepdad joke.
Jesus Christ. I always liked the one that I came up with, but it's more slapstick, I think. I saw Skeleton in a blizzard once. It was bone chilling. Right? But like, I've sent some good ones before, so let me scroll through my little Galleria. How the fuck do I have 9,000 photos on my phone? Oh, bro, the Killers are coming to St. Augustine.
Nice.
I was like, oh, that'd be a cool show to go to. 'Cause I'm Mr. Brightside.
Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper are coming to Raleigh.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Your poison running through my veins. Your poison.
Dude.
Oh my god. Okay, here we go. I always knock on the fridge before I open it, just in case there's a salad dressing.
Boo.
Ironing boards are just surfboards that gave up on their dreams and got real jobs. Hold on. No, I'm going to find one that'll make you laugh, motherfucker. Give me a second.
Doubtful.
You son of a bitch. Well, you not like dad jokes?
Yeah, I've just heard a lot of them.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Because the P is silent.
Because the P is silent. I'm close friends with 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. If I die and come back as a hillbilly, is that called reincarnation?
That one's pretty good.
How do you tell if a vampire's sick?
How?
See if he's coughing. Pun walks into a bar. 10 people died on the spot. Pun and 10 dead. All right, one more.
What's the... Oh, I got one.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
What does a rabbi charge for a circumcision? Nothing. He just keeps the tips.
Oh, Jesus Christ. My math teacher called me average. How mean. This one's dumb as fuck. I'm Nike and you're McDonald's. I'm doing it and you're loving it. If you ever get cold, go stand in a corner. They're usually about 90 degrees. What's the difference between ignorance and indifference?
What?
I don't know. I don't care. A man walked into a zoo. Only animal in there was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. And on that note,
why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
Oh, because if they flew over a bay, they'd be a bagel.
Yep.
Bagel with some cream cheese. Yum. All right. This next one also comes in from Kana. You've been kidnapped. The characters from the last TV show you watched are trying to rescue you. Who is coming to save you?
The last TV show I watched was Clarkson's Farm. So, I'm probably fucked.
Does a YouTube show count? Or do I have to go TV?
I say TV.
TV? Then the entire roster of TNA via 2007.
There you go.
Because that was the last channel I put on. Yeah, dude, I just have this swarm of like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, all these people coming in. I'm like, yeah, help me out. Dude, by the way, we got to talk about this real quick. Next time it comes on the TV and I'm like not half asleep, I'm going to try to grab my phone and film it so you can watch it. From TNA, it was this match between LAX and the Lucha Brothers, which is Phoenix and Pentagon, right? Phoenix, like one of the members of LAX is up on the ladder. The Pentagon's on a table down below. Phoenix runs and gets up on the top turnbuckle, fucking catwalks the rope over to the ladder where it's at, grabs homeboy, and goes to do a Spanish fly. Do you know what the Spanish fly is? Where it's like he grabs them like the rock bottom and then they do a backflip.
Yeah. And
they land. That's called a Spanish fly. He goes to do one of those. The dude, I'm glad he's okay. Let me just go ahead and state that first. The dude who he's doing the move to only has to do a front flip. So he does the flip fine. Phoenix, on the other hand, goes to do a backflip and does no backflip and just comes down on his fucking head.
Jesus.
Boom! Like, Oh, like back of it, like your shoulders and up,
yeah.
just smash into the fucking. It wasn't even on the mat. It was like the table was set up on the outside. They had a like their walkway was all the way to the ring.
Yeah.
Instead of being a ramp. So I don't know. It was just it was a wild spot to see. I was like, Jesus Christ. And obviously he still wrestles in AEW, so he's all right. But
yeah,
fuck, that looked like that hurt. So fuck your. This one also comes in from Kana. Fuck your zodiac sign. Kana wants to know, who's your husband / wife in Stardew Valley?
So I've said it before. I don't know about on the show. I played a little bit of Stardew Valley, like 2 or 3 hours, and it pissed me off. So I just stopped playing it. Never felt the urge to go back to it. So I don't know.
So I'm going to base this on the way they look, because I haven't gotten far enough in Stardew Valley to really romance anybody, but I have met most of these characters. If I was going husband, I'm going Sebastian, possibly Shane. If I'm going wife, probably going Abigail, or Emily looks a little young. Penny also looks a little young.
Isn't Emily like a teenager?
I have no idea. So I'm going to go Abigail and Leah.
Yeah.
But I also don't know how old the character is in the game. I don't remember that.
I'd probably say Leah.
All right. Let's see. This one comes in from Adam of the Revival and Extinction podcast. What is your favorite mystery series?
I don't do a lot of mystery stuff. I would say maybe... Does Black Mirror count?
I wouldn't say that that's mystery, no.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think I have an answer then.
I'm going to go with a series of books that I read when I was young. I think we've talked about this recently, actually. The Hardy Boys books.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I just pictured Matt and Jeff.
Not the goddamn Hardy Boys.
Not the goddamn Hardy Boys. Oh, I have such a raging clue right now. Oh, I have such a clue.
Speaking of, I was looking at Gran Turismo 7 earlier, and you haven't played it, but there's a scoreboard on the side of like when you finish a event that has like your friends' times that they posted. So I only have 2 friends on there. No idea who they are, but one of them was named Tegrity, and the other one was named Raging Clue. So whoever you are, good job. Shout out.
Tremendous. But yeah, I also like the Da Vinci series, the Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code. I never got to read the third one, but
yeah, they were all right.
Angels and Demons and Da Vinci Code was good.
So Google says that Stranger Things is a mystery series, so I'm going to say that.
There you go. Other than Harry Potter, what's your favorite young adult book series? And that comes in from Kana.
Not a series, but I would say, what was it called? I think it's called Happy Doomsday. Would be like my favorite young adult book. Yes, Happy Doomsday by David Sosnowski. It is pretty good. It's about like, basically, it's almost like the rapture happened. Like everybody died except, so basically it starts with like one teenager. She's like trying to figure out why she survived and no one else did. And then she runs, it kind of tells the story of these 3 different teenagers. And then their stories collide maybe past midway of the book. Really good book though. Really sort of edge of your seat. Just one of those like just one more chapter before bed books, like you finish the chapter and you're like, damn it, I gotta read one more chapter. I can't leave off like that.
Oh, been there.
Oh yeah.
I think mine excuse me. I really enjoyed the Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events.
I never read the book, but the movie was pretty good.
Oh, the books. It was a bunch of books. They're tremendous.
Weren't you the one that shared that meme? I wanted to, or she limited my Snicket until there was a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, she limited my Snicket until there was an unfortunate event. Yeah. Truth. let's see what was the other series I really enjoyed. I mean, I guess I was reading the Vampire Chronicles back then too, but that's not really a young adult book series, so I guess I won't recommend that. So yeah, let's say Lemony Snicket, Series of Unfortunate Events. Good stuff. I have a lot of friends who liked that Aragon series.
Yeah, I've heard good stuff, but I never read it myself. Another one's really good is Dragon Wings. It's a young adult book. I wouldn't even say young adult because I think it's more for probably middle school, high school age kids. But there's 27 books in that series, and I read Jonathan the first 3 before they moved out. So it's pretty good. It's about a group of dragons who are the dragons of destiny or whatever, and they're trying to save the world from this everlasting war, basically. Pretty good series.
All right, this next one also comes in from Adam from the Revival and Extinction podcast. What is your favorite crossover game / event in a game?
So, technically it counts. I would say Mario Kart. Because now that Zelda and the Animal Crossing people are in it, technically it's a crossover now. One that I've always wanted to play, but it's hella expensive, is the Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
I always wanted to play that. That game is hella expensive.
Emulate it.
But I love the Professor Layton games. I don't know. I've never tried DS emulation.
Oh, is it? It's not 3DS. It's just DS?
It's either DS or 3DS. I can't remember.
Well, I will say 3DS has come a long way. But, bro, DS, if it's just DS, you run Desmu, good to go, bro. No problem. You can run that shit on your phone if you wanted to.
Nice. I always like the Soul Calibur crossover stuff, too. When they added that one character in.
Yeah, the most recent one had Geralt.
Yeah.
It's just, I love it. Badass.
I just had one. NBA Street Volume 3 on GameCube had Mario, Luigi, and Peach as a playable team.
Hell yeah. I always like when the Final Fantasy Online games do crossovers with Dragon Quest.
Oh, yeah.
It's always a good time.
I already know one of your favorites. You're probably not even going to think of it.
I mean, I enjoyed the fact that Joker was in Smash.
I mean, Smash is kind of just a crossover game.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not a huge Smash fan. I much prefer Mario Party, but nobody ever wants to play Mario Party with me.
True. Plus, Mario Party is not a crossover. It's just Mario.
No, I know. I'm just stating it.
Yeah, Mario Party is good, but yeah, you got to have people. And it has that fatal flaw of board games where it stops being fun about halfway through a round.
I think it just depends on who you're playing with personally, but that's just me.
Mortal Kombat's had some cool crossover stuff too.
Mortal Kombat has had some badass crossovers. What's the one that you think that I'm not mentioning? Is it Mortal Kombat?
No, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, fucking A. Cross Disney with Final Fantasy is two of my favorite things.
Yeah.
It's tremendous. Man, I've seen so many crossover stuff over the years that it's hard to really narrow down more. But I mean, I will. Yeah, probably Kingdom Hearts probably fucking up there. I'll give you that. And Mortal Kombat is also up there because being able to fuck somebody up as Freddy Krueger or somebody is cool.
Oh yeah.
But then you have Mortal Kombat versus DC, and that game was just meh. So what was this comes in from Grumpy Syllables, which is Jeff. What is your favorite childhood storybook?
So I have two.
Without Googling it.
I have two. One was The Giving Tree. Always loved that story.
Good choice.
The other one's a little lesser known, but it's called The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. And it's from the wolf's perspective. And basically, he's saying he just wanted to borrow a cup of sugar, but he had allergies. So, he, sneezed and blew the first house down, and it killed the pig. And he was like, "Oh, if he's dead already, it'd be a waste to let this meat just go to waste." So he ate him. And then he went to the next house to borrow some sugar, and same thing. Pretty good story,
Jesus. So I always loved my dad would read me like Dr. Seuss books, Green Eggs and Ham, Are You My Mommy?
Oh yeah, Are You My Mother was a good one.
Yeah. But he would also
One fish,
read me
two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Yeah, another classic. But he would also read to me from Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Oh yeah.
By Shel Silverstein. Tremendous stuff, man. Just love it. Favorite scary story to tell in the dark.
Now, hold on. Before we move on to the next one, have you seen the TikTok guy who raps Dr. Seuss books?
I have not.
You need to check that out because it's pretty fucking dope. Like, next time I see one, I'll send it to you. It's fucking good.
Hell yeah, I'm down. I will watch it if you send it. Now, I have a question about this one. Favorite scary story to tell in the dark. Is he asking us what's our favorite scary story to tell? Or is he asking us what's our favorite of the series scary stories to tell in the dark?
I don't know. I don't remember. Like, I remember scary stories to tell in the dark, but I don't remember it well enough to say, like, I had a favorite or anything like that. I just remember watching it. I was more of an Are You Afraid of the Dark kid.
God, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
Gave me nightmares when I was younger.
Yeah.
That fucking Nosferatu episode. Ugh.
Yeah, that show was fucking
Probably why I love
good,
vampires now.
The kid with the fucking holding the match up. Yeah.
Yeah. Goosebumps never scared me as much as Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No, Goosebumps was a little more tame.
More campy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goosebumps is more like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. It's like, to me, Goosebumps is like your campy 80s slasher.
Yeah.
Whereas Are You Afraid of the Dark was more like your cerebral horror.
That was a fucking psychological thriller.
Yeah. Fuck with your head horror, yeah.
Yeah. I don't tell a lot of scary stories, so I'm not too sure as far as the other answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a scary story. I mean, I know some, but I don't know of one that I just like generally like to tell. I mean, I know some scary stories of shit that I've been through that I could tell might scare some people, but yeah. I just told one earlier, actually. But yeah, I don't know. I like to hear nice, gentle things whispered into my ear in the dark, not scary stories.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's less like telling stories. I guess I'm pretty jaded and cynical, so like telling stories isn't really scary. For me, scary is like walking out into the woods in pitch black, not knowing what's there. That's more scary to me than listening to stories.
Nyctophobia. So what was the first animal you always visit when you go to the zoo?
So I'm going to change this up a little bit because, like, when you go to the zoo, the first animal you go to is going to be the first one you see on the little, like, trail. So I'm going to say, what's your favorite animal to visit at the zoo?
Penguins.
Mine is always the gorilla exhibit. Any kind of primate exhibits I love, but, like, I love going and watching the gorillas. So our zoo is, like, an hour and a half-ish drive from here, but it's one of the biggest zoos in the country. If I lived closer to it, I would get a season pass, and I would probably just go like once or twice a week and just sit at the gorilla exhibit and just watch them all day.
They're very interesting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so human in a way.
Yeah.
So this next one is also from, all these have been from Jeff so far. Then this next one is also from Jeff. What is your favorite rom-com?
So I'm going to say one of my favorites is She's Out of Your League. Have you ever seen that?
I don't believe so.
That's one. Maybe you should put that on your list, what we were talking about. It's really fucking good. It's got like all the, like the freaks and geeks people like Jay Baruchel and all of them. Not Seth Rogen, I don't think. Not like the bigger stars now, but like Jay Baruchel and that whole crew that he's usually with. Basically, Jay Baruchel is playing, what is he? I forget what his job is, but basically he meets this like smoking hot chick. And she's actually like, seems to like him. And all his friends are basically like, dude, no fucking way. She's way out of your league. And so, yeah, it's fucking great though.
I'll have to put that. I'll put that on the list. I don't know if it'll go on the one that we're talking about, but I have a list of movies, so I'll put it on there. I've always really, really liked 50 First Dates.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's very endearing.
Girl Next Door. Did you ever see that?
Oh yeah, with what's her name?
It's like Alicia Dushku or something like that.
Yeah, the one where she's
Eliza Dushku.
She's a porn star or whatever.
She's a porn star. Yeah.
Yeah, because really Teenage Wasteland was like the big song on that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Good one. Would you consider that a rom-com?
Yeah, why not? Man, I know I've seen a bunch of rom-coms. I'm just like struggling to think of one. Oh, have you ever seen Something's Gotta Give?
I believe so.
Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton. And it is fantastic. And you get to see Diane Keaton like full frontal nude.
Nice.
In a scene where he accidentally walks in on her naked and she's freaking out, so you get to see her old titties flopping everywhere. It's hilarious. It's not even like sexual in any way. It's just hilarious. Nice.
Kind of like Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's what's his name? The dude that played. He was on How I Met Your Mother. Jason something.
Oh no, I know who it is because him and Paul Rudd did "I Love You, Man" too.
Yeah,
which was like
what's his name? Is it Jason Segel?
Jason Segel.
Segel, yeah. So he's in it, and he's like in a towel, and like somebody walks in, and he just like drops a towel, and you see him full frontal. So, yeah, that shit's just funny. I liked what's the Julia Roberts movie? Pretty Woman. I thought Pretty Woman was pretty good. I don't know if that's a rom-com, but
yeah, I don't really know.
I love
it's like I was just thinking Clerks 2 is fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's like a love story in that, so I guess that can be considered a rom-com.
Sorta, yeah. Did you ever see the Dave Chappelle real endings of Hollywood movies or whatever it was called? Where they did Pretty Woman?
No, I don't think I remember that.
It's the scene where like Richard Gere and Julia Roberts are laying in bed and she's like, you know, I sold tires for a while and blah, blah, blah. And my friend was a hooker. And she just made it sound so glamorous. She's like telling her whole life story. He's sitting there smiling at her. And she finishes. He like boops her on the nose. He's like, you got to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that.
Oh, my God. It's so funny.
Oh, man. Chasing Amy.
Yeah, that's one.
Chasing Amy's great. Jersey Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I can tell you one that's not good that I watched recently.
Okay.
That new movie, You People, with Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy. I did not really enjoy that movie.
No?
No, it was like... So it was trying to play up the stereotypes of like a Jewish family and a black family intermingling. But like, to me, all it really did was hammer in like those racial stereotypes of Jewish people and black people. Like, nobody was willing to give the other side a chance. Like, it was almost like they were looking for a fight on both sides. And, like, it just seemed really tone deaf to me. I could be wrong. I don't know the experience of either of those, I don't know, religion or race. I don't consider Judaism a race. You're white and you're just Jewish. That's your religion. But, yeah, it just seemed kind of tone deaf to me. Like, I don't know. Oh, the 40-Year-Old Virgin. How could we forget that one?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Also, oh my God. Knocked Up.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Did you see the
Zack
sequel to that?
Porno.
Did you see the sequel to Knocked Up? This is 40.
No, I want to watch that.
You need to watch that. That's fucking good.
Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah.
Is a good one.
Coming to America.
Kevin Smith puts out some good fucking rom-coms.
Coming to America is great.
But yeah, write us. Let us know what some of your favorite rom-coms are.
Hell yeah.
Give me some recommendations to watch. From Fenris, is your favorite B-listed hero and villain? Oh, wait, real quick. One more throw out to a rom-com, even though it is absolutely not a love story. And it warns you about it right up front. But 500 Days of Summer.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, favorite B-listed hero and villain.
So
what would be considered a B-list?
Like, you know, not like Avengers level. Like, I would say Ant-Man is a B-lister. To me, I've always loved Hawkman. Like, I think his character design's really cool. He's probably a B-lister.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moonlight would be a good B-lister. As far as villains go, I love
Condiment Man.
I love Killer Croc. I don't know if he's considered a B-lister or not, though. Like comic book Killer Croc, not that abortion that they put in the Suicide Squad movie. Who else? Prowler. I really like Prowler. I like Miles Morales Spider-Man, too. I guess he could technically be considered a B-lister.
Deadshot.
Yeah, Deadshot.
No, I'm sorry, not Deadshot. Deathstroke.
Deathstroke, yeah.
That's who I meant.
Yeah.
Although Deadshot's cool too, but no, Deathstroke
yeah,
is who I was
Deathstroke's
thinking of.
cooler.
Yeah, isn't Deathstroke the whole reason Deadpool exists? It's because Marvel like made a joke version of Deathstroke because Deathstroke was so serious.
More or less, but Deadpool did not start out the way he is now. Deadpool was a lot more serious when he first started out. Then he kind of evolved into what he is now. Dude. So I typed B-list villains in Google. Guess who the first person on the B-list villains list is?
Bane?
No. He's number 3. Joker. Who the fuck considers Joker a B-list villain?
He is Batman's
like the
villain.
gold standard of villains.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Like they got this list is fucking stupid. They have Doctor Doom on here. Doctor Doom is an A-list villain. Like
there's a fucking ride based on him at Universal Studios.
Yeah, like he is the Fantastic Four's main villain. Thanos. I would not consider Thanos a B-list villain. Lex Luthor, Green Goblin.
Yeah, that's somebody who just doesn't know what they're talking about.
That's somebody who was like, let me name as many villains as I can.
Got you to click on that article, didn't it?
No, it was just on Google. It wasn't even an article to click.
So this next question comes in from Jeff. So, in a zombie apocalypse, this seems to be a theme.
Yes.
Are you wielding a katana like Uma Thurman, swinging a barbed bat like Negan, or slicing him up with a chainsaw like Ash?
I'm gonna go katana because it's gonna keep if it's a good katana, it's gonna keep an edge fairly well. It's not gonna take a lot of effort to decapitate or slice a head open or something, and it's not super heavy. So you're not going to be exerting as much energy using it. Like, chainsaw's cool, but it's going to have to be powered by something. It's loud, so it's going to make a lot of noise and alert other zombies to come to your area. So, and a baseball bat's cool, but like, realistically, even with barbed wire on it, it's going to take a lot to fucking kill a bunch of people or zombies with a bat. Yeah. Whereas with a katana, it's just whoosh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree and go with the katana as well, because you could possibly D&D use your skill, cleave, hit 2 of them at once.
Yeah.
And then, the chainsaw is just too loud.
Yeah, chainsaws are not practical zombie weapons. Even guns aren't practical zombie weapons. Blades are the smartest weapon. Preferably something you can use one-handed so you can have some kind of shielding mechanism to you.
And then Jeff has a follow-up to Adam's question. Name a video game crossover you wish would happen.
I'm going to name a video game crossover that is happening, that I can't fucking wait for, and it's happening in like a week. Do you know what it is?
I have no idea, sir.
Yakuza Samurai.
But that's not a crossover.
It's a crossover between Samurai games and Yakuza games. It's good enough for me.
No, it's just a samurai game with Yakuza characters playing other characters.
Yeah, that's a crossover for me.
No, it's not.
That's a crossover.
Oh, man. A crossover that I wish would happen. Let's see.
It's not a video game, but I want to see Jaws versus Godzilla.
Final Fantasy and Disney would be cool. Oh, wait. Disney and Animal Crossing would be cool.
They tried that before. It didn't work out so well. Cool crossover for me would be...
Mortal Kombat and an Elder Scrolls style game.
I was going to say they tried that and it didn't work, but it wasn't really an Elder Scrolls type of game. It was that horrible Abomination Mythologies game on N64. That game was bad.
Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
I've played the PlayStation 1 version. I don't mind it as much as people fucking hate on that game.
I don't like it at all. What about like a Uncharted and Tomb Raider crossover?
I mean, that would be interesting. Although, if you listen to our Steam Machine podcast episode on the Tomb Raider from 2013,
yes.
I thought that was trying too hard to be Uncharted.
Yeah.
That it lost its way.
But I'm saying, imagine like being able
Nathan
to play
Drake
both
and Lara
characters
Croft
in the same story.
I mean, that would be cool. And be able to switch between them like in Grand Theft Auto 5 or something.
What if they ended up fighting at the end? What if you were switching between the two, but you didn't know they were actually going after the same thing, and then
like
they fight at the end?
Spoilers to the game A Way Out, sorry.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of some cool like idea for a crossover.
Persona and Dragon Quest would be interesting.
I don't know how you would make that work though.
They made it work with Etrian Odyssey with Persona Q.
I guess.
One of my favorite crossovers that I didn't think about earlier is that Neptunia Sinren Kagura crossover game. That's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Just fun hack and slash action.
What about a Persona Yakuza crossover?
Persona Yakuza?
Yeah.
That would be
down your alley.
That would be very interesting.
I want Star Fox and Mario Kart with flying car tracks.
Oh, that would be cool.
I think that's something that should fucking happen. Like, bring back, like, make Mario Kart 9, add Star Fox with flying car levels, but bring back fucking Wave Race in Mario Kart 2 and have, like, Wave Runner races in Mario Kart.
Now you're just asking for too much. They would charge you for 3 games for that instead of just doing it in one.
I'm just saying that'd be fucking, like, because there's been arguments about, like, do we need another Mario Kart game? And it's like, no, of course not. We don't need a new Smash Brothers game. But when a new console comes out, they're going to make a new game. So, like, at least add some shit to it. And I would take either of those things. Either fucking... That's what... There you go. Perfect crossover game. Mario Wave Race. It's Wave Race, but with Mario characters.
I can see that working.
And they have the property. Why not fucking make a new Wave Race game? People would play the fuck out of it.
Probably because I don't know, man. They just had their focuses on other things, I suppose.
Yeah, bunch of dildos.
But I mean, I always thought Wave Race was fun, and I liked I liked Jet Moto back in the day.
Oh yeah,
on PlayStation, and then like the Crash games that had the jet skiing stuff in it. Those levels were fun too. So it's always a good time. You ever seen somebody frown on a jet ski? No.
Bring back fucking Twisted Metal. I was talking to a customer about that Sunday. Aren't they doing a TV show?
I have no idea, but apparently
they're doing a Twisted Metal TV show. Maybe that will make them make a new game. Dude, imagine Twisted Metal fully like remade on PS5. Be fucking epic.
Oh yeah, it could be cool, and they could put in a battle royal mode and just make. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you yawn too.
Fucking, you got to make it hard M too. Don't fucking whitewash it. Fucking make it family friendly and shit. It needs to be hard M.
All right. Are you ready to continue the saga?
Yes. I haven't even read this yet, so.
Right. Me neither. In the zombie apocalypse scenario, this comes in from Dane. The man in the teal tuxedo is dead. 3 punk furry zombies are down. Discount Yuna has been groped. Jeremy has been soundly slapped, and the party has successfully fled into the night. The pistol you lifted earlier, a spree work P-38 teal tux Nazi much? Has only a single round in the chamber and the clip missing either long ago or ejected in the scuffle. Yuna, real name Samantha, just Samantha, fucking drop it, okay? Seems begrudgingly grateful for your act of chivalry and may be what can mostly or most kindly be referred to as a cunt. However, since this is the first living thing you've seen with breasts in months, you overlook it.
Hey. Dalton has breasts.
I do have breasts.
So
they're not great, but they're there.
Yeah.
After an uneventful day on the road, you rest in a barn on the side of the highway. Settling down in the loft, Samantha takes first watch because, fuck you, how frail do you think I am? The two of you have never been more erect, but fall into a deep sleep. The pain when you awake is searing. Blood is blurring Dalton's vision from a wound on the forehead. Jeremy, gasping for air around a gag made from dirty clothes, looks both angry and confused. You've both been attacked and bound in your sleep, and Samantha is gone. Distantly outside the barn, you can hear her voice in the squeal of radio static. She struts back into the barn, pistol in hand, and stands before you. She spends what feels like hours monologuing/ranting, and to be fair, you kind of tune her out after a few minutes. The gist is that you gather is that Teal Tux was the real victim acting in self-defense. The furry zombies were Samantha's pets, and her brother is on the way. You hear a strange trumpeting sound in the distance that chills you to the bone, and lock eyes with one another. Time to do or die. Assuming you've been frisked of anything useful on your person, but there are regular barn implements in the vicinity. She's between you and the ladder to the ground floor. But there's an open window behind Dalton. Fight or flee, one of you is getting shot in the ass, but she only has one bullet. How are you getting out of this?
So, I'm assuming this means we can wriggle out of our confinements.
So you're bound. I don't think it said anything about me being bound. I think it just said that I had a wound in my head and I was bleeding. Let me just point that out. I think you're the only one bound and gagged. Probably because you groped her. Just let me throw that out there.
You've both been attacked and bound in your sleep. So, yeah.
Okay. So, we're bound. So, you have a gag.
Yeah.
Ha. That's what you get for grabbing a titty.
So, what you doing, Dalton?
So, oh, man. I know what I would do to distract her. I would try to get you to do something to get her attention off of me so I could wriggle up and try to run over and knock her down. Right?
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at you and be like, Jeremy, I was just thinking, man, I think that this girl would be really interested in hearing you talk about the difference between a regular pussy and a fat pussy. And then have you be like, oh yeah, well, and then you go into your thing. And while she's distracted, I'm going to try to shimmy up. Now, are we bound hands and feet, or are our hands just bound? That's what I need to know. Are my hands behind my back? Because if my hands are in front of me, I'm going to sneak up behind this bitch and snap her neck. If my hands are behind me, I'm going to run up behind her and try to throw my weight into her to knock her over, and then roll over and lay on her face until she suffocates.
So I'm going to say you got hit in the head. So I'm going to say I've been awake longer than you have. I have wriggled my hands free, but I keep them behind my back so nobody knows. So I have the gag in my mouth, right? So while she's doing her monologue, I'm going to just sit there and just be until she finally goes, oh my God, fucking, and gets down really close to me and says, shut the fuck up. When she does, I headbutt her in the nose, pull my hands out, push her. She stumbles backwards, falls off the loft that we're on, lands on pitchfork, an axe or something on the ground. She's dead. I untie my feet. I come over, I untie you, tie a fucking thing around your head, and then we jump out the window and take off into the woods before her brother gets there.
Okay. I saw that scene in my head going a little differently.
Okay.
As you were describing it, I was like, man, hell yeah, headbutt that bitch, shove her, get her over near me, I'll stand up, get her near the window, and I'll drop kick her out that motherfucker. Just, hurrah!
Yeah, but your hands and feet are still tied, so you're not going to actually be able to stand up that easily because your hands are tied behind your back.
Yeah, but if y'all are having a scuffle, that gives me a little
It's not
time.
a scuffle.
It's a scuffle.
She has a gun, so she's going to shoot you. No, it's I headbutt her, and when she's fucking stumbling, I just push her, and she fucking falls off the loft. It's all like that.
That's when you kick the gun out of her hand.
No, just deal with it, Dalton. You just had to lay there with your head injury. We need to have that pistol.
We need that pistol.
It only had one bullet, so what's the point?
Okay, yeah, that's a bullet that could save our fucking lives.
Yeah, but it's a bullet that could have got us killed too.
Yeah, and it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't.
But now
we should get that gun.
Now it's on the floor. I'm going out the window. If you want to go down there and get that gun and risk her brother finding you and raping you in your butthole, be my guest.
No, because I would have... No, see, this goes back to your argument. No, because I would have a gun. I would just shoot him.
Not if he's already there.
Whatever. I haven't read this part that's blacked out yet. I'm sure you already have.
No, I haven't either.
I think you have.
I have not.
All right, so
I swear.
Let's click it. It says, read this when you leave the barn.
Okay.
As you limp from the barn, the morning sun silhouettes the source of the blood-chilling trumpet sound. Matted fur covering broad shoulders, broken bloody tusks glinting with dangling putrefied flesh, eyes glimmering with a malevolent red. An undead woolly mammoth has you in its sights, and sitting upon its back, dressed like the lone fucking ranger himself, is Chaz Darby. He kicks the mammoth into a trot towards the barn, and you hear him screaming with psychotic glee, "Mastodon of the dead, motherfuckers!" To be continued. Cliffhanger!
Okay, so I guess we don't answer anything after that. That's for next week.
Yeah. Well, goddamn.
Yeah.
The plot thickens. Goddamn Chaz Darby.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of the questions. Is there anything else that you would like to cover, my good sir?
No, I think I'm good.
Alrighty then, on that note, if you want to check us out on Twitter, at YabsPod, you can find him at Just Call Me Jezza. You can find me at Super Nerd Dalton. Facebook.com/Yet Another BS Podcast group, right?
What?
Facebook.com/YabsPod, or is it Facebook.com/Yet Another BS Podcast?
I think it's yet another.
I think it's Yet Another. Yeah.
It's Yet Another BS Podcast community.
Go join there if you'd like to. If Facebook's your thing, if Twitter's more your thing, like I said, check us out on Twitter.
Facebook.com/group/Yet Another BS Podcast.
Let's see. If you want to support us over on Patreon, that would mean a shit ton. Patreon.com/YabsPod. Like these wonderful people.
Let's see. Can Dalton remember them?
Jeff, Kana, Mehgan, Ostara, and Team Retrogue.
Good job.
Yeah, and check out Team Retrogue over on YouTube. It's good stuff. Good stuff. If you would like to check out some of my music, nowthenightmare.bandcamp.com. And if you want to hear more of me, you can check me out over on the Steam Machine Podcast, a bi-weekly PC gaming show where me, Nate, and Willie play through my enormous backlog of PC games and tell you what we think about them. And this next episode that we're going to be doing, that's going to be coming out later this week, is going to be on Sonic Generations. So that'll be fun. And you can also check me out on the JRPG Report, your weekly JRPG news show, where I cover everything that's out there for you. And on that note, is there anything else you would like to plug, my good sir? Is there anything I'm missing?
No, I think we're good. Happy Valentine's Day.
I was going to say, this is coming out on Wednesday, so I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day. If you're a Patreon and you're listening to this on Tuesday, I hope you have a good Valentine's Day. And if you're spending Valentine's Day alone, you are not alone. May peace be with you, and also with you. Oh, we're just going to end on that? All right, cool. Take it easy.
Why are you doing this to me? Am I not living up to what I'm supposed to be? Why am I seething with this animosity? I think you owe me a great big apology. Tell a lie! Tell a lie! Tell a lie! Tell a lie! I really don't know what you mean. Seems like salvation comes only in our dreams. I feel my hatred grow all the more extreme. Can this world really be as sad as it seems? Tell a lie! Tell a lie! Tell a lie! Tell a lie! Don't take it away from me. I need you to hold on to. despise. I believed your promises and lies. Terrible lie. Terrible lie. Terrible lie. Terrible lie. You made me throw it all away. My morals left to decay. How many you betrayed? You've taken everything. My head is filled with disease. My skin is begging you, please. I'm on my hands and knees. I want so much to believe. It's still getting worse after everything I've tried. What if I found a way to wash it all aside? What if she touches with those fingertips? As the words spill out like fire from her lips. If she says come inside, I'll come inside for her. If she says give it all, I'll give everything to her. I am justified. I am purified. I am sanctified inside you. Heaven's just a rumor she'll dispel as she walks me through the nicest parts of hell. I still dream of lips I never should have kissed. She knows exactly what I can't resist. If she says come inside, I'll come inside for her. If she says give it all, I'll give everything to her. I am justified. ship through